蛮好的。
我跟你讲，
那个是什么解决什么问题啊？
解决什么问题？一个是就餐，还有一个是培养高级管理人才。时间吧，因为我们东西很难，时间量那个比较多，我反正肯定不第一个。
Oh, did you talk about it?
Oh,
they brought it.
Everyone, good afternoon. I think do the part in English is too difficult for me, so I will speak in Chinese and beg Miss Wu to translate for me. Thank you. 这是我们第三组的报告。我们第三组的成员主要有照片上的这些李碧琪，我 I'm this one， 田凯，张弛。
This is a presentation of Group 3 and the pictures about the group members.
然后其实就是说在完成这份报告的过程当中，也是我们小组成员一起回忆授课内容。
Yeah, actually, during the process of preparing the presentation, actually they had a review with what they have learned, along this project.
也是我们内部分享各自学习收获的一个过程。
And also is opportunity for them to share learning from each other.
正因为有了这样的一个过程，所以我们小组特别委托我，就是在这里感谢一下我们的各位教授。
Yeah, so and then as a group, actually they asked her to use this opportunity to thank all the professors who gave us this lecture.
还要特别感谢我们的吴老师给负责翻译。
同样也谢谢我。
谢谢还有其他我们驾驶员啊，就是所有的我们 team workers。
就是感谢所有为这次项目贡献力量的等于各个员工吧。Everyone, thank you.
应该说英语。
This is the first time I thought I was talking to English, but actually I'm speaking in Chinese. Yeah. So I will thank you to everyone, and then who actually helped with this, project to happen, including, like the driver and then the coordinator, every single one who locked the door, and, thank you for the dean, and then the head of school of business, and professor, and Batman, and Taylor, everyone.
然后我们这次的通过就是我们自己小组内部这个自问自答的方式，把我们今天的这个汇报主题确定为减少服务差异化导致的乘客投诉。
Actually, their project, is focused on how to reduce customer complaints.
那么经过我们的分析和讨论，我们发现现在上海地铁在乘客投诉管理上面主要存在以下的一些现状和问题。
Yeah, based on current situation in Shanghai Metro, they did analysis.
第一个，上海地铁习惯于按照我们现在既定的标准来管理我们的乘客投诉。
Number one, actually Shanghai Metro has a standardized procedure to deal with customer complaints.
现在主要就是这样，站车环境规范服务就是这样5大类。
Yeah, they have the 5 categories.
然后呢，就是平均每天，目前我们大概每天的投诉量大概70多起。
So average complaint every day is about 70 complaints they receive each day.
然后呢，我们也采取各种各样的就是改进的措施，但是呢，这个效果就是长期以来就没有一个很明显的这个阶段性的，就是说收效比较好，没有这种感觉。
Yeah, so actually constantly they're doing things, try to improve, but whatever they do so far, there are no significant improvement. The average is still like 70 cases a day. Even though they put a lot of effort, but they don't see the result. I mean, they don't see the satisfied result.
我想 前面2个小组也就是很巧的，大家也都谈到就是服务质量乘客满意度提升这个问题。我想应该这就是我们上海地铁可能目前来说就是对我们服务质量提升可能似乎是一个难题吧，感觉。
Yeah, so the previous two groups, they all mentioned customer satisfaction. And then actually, therefore, their group, actually think maybe, customer service now is the main issue in Shanghai Metro.
第3个现在存在的问题就是我们公司和公司之间、线路和线路之间、车站和车站之间，包括员工和员工之间，虽然我们有貌似统一的这个标准，但是在具体执行服务乘客的过程当中，还是会有一些差异，差异化服务是存在的。
Yeah, so Shanghai Metro has a lot of train stations, and also they have different lines, and then they have a lot of employees. And on the surface, they look the same. For example, the employees, they all wear the same uniform. When you get to the station, you'll see everyone wear the same uniform. You know they are the employees for Shanghai Metro. And then, seems like every station is the same. Every line operating the same. Seems like that.
然后因为这个我们之前没有做过，但是可能是我是做这一块的，所以我心里边可能大致有个数。那我自己估算一下，可能由于差异服务导致的这个乘客投诉的话呢，可能会占到总量的15%到20%。这就之前没有做过一个精确的测算，要回去，这次回去会这样做。
Okay, so actually her responsibility is actually this kind of job related, and then actually when they go back, actually she is going to propose a survey, a particular survey to to improve that part. But as her estimation is about the service provided between the different stations, because they seems are all the same, but somehow they're not providing the same service. So there's some difference between this station to that station, and then as her estimation, the difference is about probably cost 20% of the customer complaint.
那第4个问题是我们这个乘客投诉的问题，还是我们上海地铁就是服务质量改进过程当中需要重点关注的问题。
So and then they realize that is the key part they can improve their customer service satisfaction.
那基于这样的一些就是现状，那么我们为了就是经过这一次的学习，经过我们自己小组内部讨论，我们尝试着用这样的一个方案来解决，或者是将来能够改善我们的这个服务的质量。
And based on the current operation in Shanghai Metro, and according this training program, what they learned, they actually come up with the possible solutions.
我们方案是这样的，通过大数据分析，然后呢运用我们其实每位教授教授的方法，我们后面的就是 case 里边都会讲到，都会运用到，运用我们各位教授传授给我们的方法，设想呢选择一项就最容易实施的这个内容，来首先进行一个试点的服务质量的改进。
So, first of all, they will analyze the data they collected, and then after that, they will use, what they learned here from each professor on certain category, and then they will use those methods and come up with a plan and find out which area has the most problem, and also which solution is the easiest one to implement. And then from there, they will actually propose a plan, actually try to implement. From the simple steps, try to improve the customer satisfaction.
然后我们在做这个整体方案，就是解决方案改进的时候，我们主要考虑到可能会有以下的几个步骤的工作要做。第一个就是我们对我们既有的20多年来的这个乘客投诉的所有的数据要全部拿出来重新分析一下，大数据分析。
Yeah. So and then they have certain steps they need to follow. So first of all, they have have been collecting data for past 20 years. The first task is they need to get all those data and analyze the data.
第二步就是我们会根据这些数据来分类归类就什么样子的，然后确定就说是由于这个差异导致的这个占比，我前面说自己估的是15到20，也确定具体程序。
Yeah. So and then based on the data, so they will categorize the data. They will find the data relate with actually their topic about because every station seems like each other, but maybe they don't provide the same service. So the dissatisfaction caused by that reason, they will categorize that part, and then as her estimation is about 20%. So and then this part is actually future job they need to do because they don't have the exact number.
然后再接下来第三个就是要运用到我们 Bateman 教授教给我们的自己提问题，然后自己回答问题。记得 Bateman 教授就是说过一句很经典的话，就是问问题比回答问题更重要，因为更体现你的思考。
Yeah. So ask question is more important than answer a question. That is they learn from Dr. Bateman. So basically, they are using, the method they learn from here and then put that in practice in Shanghai Metro.
对，然后通过自己就自问自答的方式，找到我们就是可能差异最存在这个比例最大的最关键的这个要素。
Yeah, so ask them self questions and then actually also analyze that data, try to find out, which part has a big impact, which impacts the service.
然后再接下来我们是就要运用到就是Tyler教授教给我们的，就是一种新的制作问卷调查的方法。
And then we learned a method about survey, customer survey. They learned that, and from Dr. Tyler.
Yeah.
So they're going to actually make a questionnaire by themselves, follow the method, and then do another survey.
然后再接下来就是收集这些问卷的信息，然后呢结合就是员工的可能是这些思想吧，制作一个就是4个象限的那个页。
然后 and then actually we learned this in our class and about different jobs, and then actually they learned that, and also they use that make that their own, and then later on they use the same chart, but they put employee in the center, and we'll see the the chart later. They will explain.
对，然后这些前期工作都做好了以后，我们再会制定一个这个开始试点的，就是一个时间、人员这个一个表格。
And then they will assign time and resources. They will have a timeline, and then how can they implement?
然后在这里的话，就会涉及到可能是Bateman 教授教给我们的，就是哪些是最核心的资源，我们都是需要考虑。
And then they need to think about critical resources, which they learned from Dr. Bateman's class. And then they need to think about a lot of factors and which is the most important and how to solve the problem.
对，然后最后一个的话，就是说试点以后，可能是试点的这个区域的一个总结，然后呢有一个 PPT 就有一个改进好了以后再推广到可能是这一项工作我们的改进措施试下来好的话，再推广到其他的这个车站或者是线路。
Yeah, after all this work, they will come up with a plan. And then, of course, from that point, it should be a plausible plan for themselves. And then, they will try it out, test it. So if that plan works well, and then they will actually make that happen to, implement to all over Shanghai Metro.
那么这是找到的一个最容易实施的，然后如果试下来好的话，可能会有第二个、第三个，整体的就是。
Yeah, the first of all, they want to find, among all the problems, very important problem, but very easy, the easiest to fix.
然后是基于就是我们前面讲的这样的一个构思一个思路，当然这是非常感谢，就是各位教授教给了我们这样的一些方法。那么我们呢，就是经过小组的内部讨论，那么初步分析下来，可能 第一个可以实施的场景是就是车站专用通道，就是正确开启放行的这么一项功能。
Yeah, and then they're using scenario analysis. They're thinking about the solutions, and then this is one solution they come up with. Is they call it green channel rule. Can you explain that?
就是在上海地铁就是有一些我们在除了闸机就验票机是叫 gate，除了闸机，然后边上还会有一扇门，这扇门呢，它乘客没有票，不需要地铁的票，但是呢，它可以我把门打开，它就可以通行，可以下去坐车，或者是可以出站这样。
提供给那些
那个通道谁可以用啊？
特殊人，
军人，只有特殊人可以，只有特殊人可以用是吧 ？Yeah, so 那个是你要设立那个是吧？现在没有。
这个通道就是我们
现在有怎么管？
但是有所有种人可以进，但是呢，就有超出这个范围的也在那里进进出出。
Okay, yeah. So actually they have this chance. Actually, when you go to a metro, you need to buy a ticket, right? So you need to go through the gate. And then normally we just have the ticket and go through the gate. And then they have actually a special gate for special need customer. For example, people, sitting on a wheelchair, so they have 6 category people they can use, special need customers. And then actually they have that mechanism to fit the need for the public, but being abused by people who actually they should go through the gate, but they shouldn't go through there, but they go through the, special need, channel.
然后其实接下来讲的就是我们可能是米歇尔教授教给我们，就是通过前面的输入，接下来就是都是我们的输出。第一个输出呢，就是说我们是用提问，白特曼教授教给我们的，就是我们在解决这个场景的时候，按照前面那个思路，我们自问自答，为什么有投诉？员工了解这个规范吗？员工执行制度到位吗？就简单的。
Yeah, so and then actually use the method they learned from the project. So actually, in practice, they'll ask themselves questions why they have a complaint from this customer, and then, if their employee actually truly understand the standard of Shanghai Metro, and then, if the employee did their job, follow the standardized procedure. 这个是关于那个通道是吧？
对，这接下来都是关于通道，也就是说按照前面的那个思路，然后第二个就是我们运用了就前面几个组也有讲到的，就是这样一个列表，就是执行制度，我们找到就是最重要的一个环节，可能是制度执行这一块有一些偏差，有一些差异，然后再导致刚刚那些现象。
Yeah, so this page is about the channel for special needs, how to better manage the special needs channel.
Green channel，对，然后目标就是要能够完全按照规定正确来开启我们的这个专用通道。
So they have objective is how do I say 正确开启那个通道是什么？
应该开的就开，不应该开的就不开。
Okay, so you need to be strict. Okay, yeah. So and then you need to follow the procedure of the organization, and then keep every station the same. Because they define the 6 category passenger can go through that channel. So if the passenger is not doesn't fit that category, they cannot open that gate. So every station has to be the same, 对吧？就是每个站都应该一样，遵守一样的规则，对吧？就只有那6类人，不是那6类人你就不能开。Yeah, so by doing that, all the stations will operate the same way. So actually, people don't feel different. Oh, I come to this station, I can go from there, but I go to the other station, I can't.
然后我们相关的活动主要是有企业规定、人性化、设备可靠性、乘客态度这几个方面。
Yeah, so they have rules of the organization, and then how they say more user friendly, and then they have reliability about their equipment, and then so passenger cooperation.
乘客配合。
Yeah, and then also the understanding from the passenger, right? So basically, they create a channel, provide convenience for the disabled people, the the special needs customers, and then they need the other customers. I really need to understand that and cooperate with them. So basically, if I'm not special needs customer, I need to go through the proper channel instead go to the other side.
下一页。然后呢，就是我们就是针对这项工作要改进的话，我们会对内部的员工，因为我们觉得主要是员工可能制度执行的这一块，就是可以有很大的一个提升的空间。所以对我们自己内部的员工会做一个问卷调查。那么这是我们按照就是蔡老师就是交给我们期望怎么做。
Yeah. So that they actually they are design this survey based on Taylor's lecture, how to create that survey. So basically they realize actually very simple operation by open and close that date, probably the employee actually doing that job. So the differentiation between the stations actually they're not following the same procedure. So they are actually creating the survey, ask the employee to answer the questions.
下一个。
And
这
then
个就是问卷收集好了以后，对我们的员工就是应该正确的应该怎么做。
Yeah, so actually we learned this, in Tyler's class, that, chart, remember that? So actually, and then, actually they take this stuff, make them own, and then they switch that from the grade leader to the employee, and then they have their explanation.
对，如果就是说试点下来好的话，或许将来这张图，那么就是我们要发给我们的员工作为培训的强化培训的一个资料。
Yeah, so I mean, if everything go according to plan, and then they're thinking that chart can be actually is one document when later on when they conduct employee training, they can give that to their employees.
那这是我们整个一个时间的计划。那么总共算下来，总共耗时大概初算可能试点的话，第一个是9个月的时间。
Yeah, so this is a timeline. Actually, they have their plan, and also they need to think about how can they implement that. Total 9 months.
Yeah.
So and then total actually they have all the steps, about 9 months.
因为这个调查的话，我们觉得比较耗时。
Yeah. So the survey, they think the survey may takes longer, so that's why they're thinking about totally maybe they need 9 months.
That's all. Thank you.
Mr. Biden?
I like the step 1, step 2, step 3.
他说他喜欢你那个一步一步的，第一步、第二步、第三步。
I like the organization. I have one question. As you said,
有一个问题。
the questions are the important thing. Okay? Here's the question. When you get back to Shanghai, can you do this?
Yeah.
Okay?
和你这是 your job， 这是一个后job。
This is my job.
Will you have help?
This is my duty.
Will you have help from teammates or from others?
别人能帮助他吗？给予他帮助吗？
完事儿完事儿。
大点声，大点声。
So I have one question also. You said that you have been collecting, Shanghai Metro has been collecting this data for 20 years. Have they been analyzing the data before?
他说那个数据收集已经过去20年，有人专门分析这数据吗？
有，我们数据有。
Yeah, there are people analyze the data.
Okay, so it's happening, but you're going to improve it then.
Yeah.
But 就是说有人去分析那些数据，但是你们大家清楚那些数据是怎么用的吗？
就是我们没有按照这个方法去用过，之前都是按照我们现在。
Okay, very good.
5类。
Yeah, so actually they've been analyzing the data, but they didn't look at data from the point of view now, because now they have more tools. They know more, problem solving methods. So now they'll look at the data, same data but different way.
Right, good, that's a good point. So what I wanted to say also is that if you have any complex problem, any complicated problem, the best way to solve it is to have data, like quantitative data which you already have, but also use the qualitative survey data and combine the two.
他说呢，就是在你解决这个难题的时候吧，你有大量的数据你收集的，对吧？然后呢，它这个数据是你这个就是平时的这用户你这用户投诉来说啊，是你日常的数据收集，然后你还有你的这个问卷的调查结果的用户这个收集，这两个结果要互相比较。
So your approach is very good because you're going to analyze the data first, and then you're going to fill in the gaps based on survey analysis to kind of improve the service.
对吧？你有这些数据，然后你分析它，然后你自己设计你的这个，你有一些问题你是要问的，对吧？然后你可以设计这个问卷，然后你再进行你的这个调查问卷的这个收集，然后你可以得到更多的信息，然后你可以拿到这个等于是用这个调查的结果去补充你不足的信息，对吧？
Thank you.
Yes, I also think the plan is very strong. I like step 1, step 2, step 3. I like the details that they came up with.
对，他也非常喜欢你们这一步一步的，就是第一步，然后第二步、第三步、第四步，然后是非常具体。
And the last thing, I really like that you took something that you learned in this class and you really made it your own in a way that works for you and Shanghai Metro and your department. And I think that that's really the point of this program is to take these tools and then use them in a way that fits them and their organization.
你有说话吗？呀，他就说他特别高兴，因为这个就是说我们来这儿培训，对吧？我们来这儿培训学习很多东西，但是呢，学了这些东西干嘛用啊？你学了这些东西，你把这些东西带回去，然后你觉得这个我能这么用，我能那么用，这个实际上是最可贵的。就像这一组吧，其实我们拿这个图的时候，我们第一天上课的内容，对吧？你们都觉得很熟悉吧？然后他们等于就把这图他们变了一下方式，然后等于是把学来的东西变成他自己的了。
Nice job.
学以致用，对吧
？Nice job, nice job. And before last group goes, I want to introduce these people here. Okay, these are Dr. Lane's students.
Okay.
And they came here to see your presentation. You introduce yourselves. Your name, where you're from, what you study.
大家好，我在这儿待了2年半了吧，这是最后半年，然后在这边上学，从西安过来的。学的是金融，对，这样。
So she's from Xi'an provinces, has been here 2.5 years. Very happy to be here. So one more semester?
Yeah, I have one. This is the last semester here.
So that participant is from Xi'an as well.
Oh, okay.
So you get his information, go by the franchise.
She need a job. She need a job.
Yeah, she'll get a job in Shanghai Metro then.
大家好，我也是来自西安的，然后我在这儿是 MBA student， 对，我是 MBA 的，然后我在这边也是学1年 MBA， 就是参加这个学校的 MBA program。
So yeah, the 1-year MBA student.
我来自广州的，我是 marketing major 的，然后我也是这一年毕业，然后 Michelle 呢，然后叫我们过来学习一下，然后我们就来交流一下。